So Zello is a fitting room assistant for fashion retailers. And the way we originally came up with this idea was I was shopping in store and went into a fitting room, couldn't find any of the items that I wanted when I was in the fitting room. I tried on items, they weren't my size, and it was just a really messy experience. I couldn't get assistance from anybody when I needed help, and I was just stuck in the fitting room. So I had to put my clothes back on, go back outside of the fitting room. When I did find the items that I wanted myself, I went back to the fitting room and realized there was a huge line, and I just couldn't be bothered trying anything on, so I left the fitting room. I left the store, actually, without buying anything. And it just got me thinking, how many other shoppers feel this way? How many other shoppers do this? And how much money is it actually costing the fashion retailers? And that's when I started speaking to a whole heap of fashion retailers and shoppers. And we found that 91% of shoppers are dissatisfied with their fitting room experience in one way or another. And given that 70% of purchasing decisions are made in the fitting rooms, I found that this just didn't add up. Why was it such a messy experience? And why do we use tech in every other aspect of our lives? But yet when we go into a fitting room, we still do it the same way that we did in 1920. And it really got me thinking, and that's how we came up with the idea for a fitting room assistant. But then when speaking to the retailers, we learned that they actually have no way of getting data of what goes in and out of the fitting rooms. Ultimately, the fitting rooms are a black hole for them. And so, yes, we are a fitting room assistant, but we're a fitting room assistant for fashion retailers because we provide them with the data of what's going in and out, what's most popular, what items are least popular, what items are being tried on, but then not converting into purchases. Because at the moment, they get that data just from store managers sending an email at the end of the shift. And it's really anecdotal. And they use this data for a whole heap of decision making. And so we provide an admin dashboard to them that essentially gives them this data in a really easy to understand form, and everyone can access the same data. And how it works, so what Zello is, it's an app that's downloaded on a tablet. And essentially the tablet is mounted onto the wall inside a fitting room. So let's just say you walk into a fitting room with a blue t-shirt, and you go in there and you realize that the size that you've brought in isn't correct. You can then scan that blue t-shirt into the Zello tablet, and it'll pop up on the screen, and you can then request a size medium, essentially. That will then send a notification to the staff members who are on the floor to a device that they're carrying around. And it'll pop up and it'll say, Alan in fitting room number 1 has requested this blue t-shirt in size medium. And so while you're inside the fitting rooms and you're wondering, oh, I need a new size, you're not thinking, how am I going to get the new size? You're thinking, what else do I need to buy? What events do I have coming up that I need an outfit for? That purchasing decision making is happening rather than the anxiety of I'm standing in the fitting room half naked. Mm-hmm. That anxiety thought's happening. And that's essentially how it works. There's also a styling feature, which acts as an upsell feature as well to get shoppers to try on as many items while they're in the fitting room, which then as a result increases the basket size for the retailers. And then as a result, they make more money out of the shoppers from there.
Great. Thanks, Olyvia.
So yeah, that's essentially how Zello works.